Welcome, everybody. You are watching Fantasy League One, the premier fantasy league in all of the land. Thank you so much for joining us. You can catch us here 4 times a week at NFL.com/Fantasy League One. You can spell it out or you can use the number. The choice is up to you. Now, what we're doing here is having the greatest fantasy football competition of all time. Our league is comprised of 2 divisions, 1 expert, 1 celebrity, and we'll be competing to be crowned the greatest on God's green earth. Why are we doing this? Why not? It's fantasy football. It's supposed to be fun. A lot of people get some wind in their jaw. Talk about my league's the best. My league does this. Well, guess what? We're going to put our money where our mouth is. We're going to absolutely show you. Now, I am the commissioner of this fantasy league, and let me tell you something right now. No one is more qualified to be the commissioner of this league than me. Thank you for getting my single, by the way. I had to speak a long time without my single. Let me tell you something right now. I did not choose this role. This role chose me. The reason why?
That's not what I remember from our planning meeting.
I ooze championships, Marcus. I have more championships than I have forgotten than you have ever won. That is why they want me to direct this group of celebrities and experts, and I'm going to introduce you.
That's so funny. I've never seen a trophy on your desk.
You know what, Taylor? I have
you see,
an essence of championships. I cannot walk through a metal detector without it going off because there's just championships coming out of my pocket. I got belts, I got cups, I've got trophies. I've got it all. That is why I am bringing you this league. But let's meet the cast right here. Over to my far left, Marcus Grant, my good friend, but chief fantasy rival. Everybody is familiar with the Justice League, Batman versus Superman. I am Bruce Wayne. He is Dick Grayson.
What?
Dick Grayson. Nightwing.
Why am I playing second banana? Why am I second fiddle here? I mean,
I don't know, Marcus. Every time I look at the standings, you're playing second banana.
I can't even be.
Fiddle.
I mean, you mentioned Batman versus Superman. I can't even get a Clark Kent here. Like,
no,
what?
not even a little bit. But at some point, Dick Grayson does become Batman, but that moment is not right now. And sitting to his right, ace NFL reporter Taylor Bisciotti.
That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Thank you. A fantasy football assassin. When people hear your name, the tales of your fantasy wins just roll off the tongue. The thing is, that was those leagues. This is NFL Fantasy League One. Are you up to the challenge?
I'm ready for it.
We are delighted to have you, and sitting to my immediate right, the NFL fantasy prodigy himself, the genius of next-gen stats, our numbers nerd, Graham Barfield.
It's all downhill from here. After that intro, it's literally all downhill from here.
Well, here's the thing, Graham, and this is the thing that's the most important to remember. It is one thing to be the master of the computer models and sitting in your little chat rooms or whatever you're doing. But now it is time to go mano a mano against some of the best in the business. Are you ready?
I'm excited.
Are you ready?
I am extremely ready.
All right, well, at least pick your voice up a little bit and show a little bit. We also have joining us in this league, Ricky Hollywood, ace producer of the wildly popular Around the NFL podcast. And speaking of wildly popular, we are going to be welcoming the Fantasy Footballers. Their podcast recently went #1 in downloads among sports podcasts. Listen, we're taking no easy outs here. We wanted to compete against the best, and you're looking at one of the best in the business. Those 3 gentlemen right there will be competing as one team as we go off and chase championship glory. But that is the experts division. Let's look at our experts division right now. Let's take a look at the names and numbers and the people who will be competing. And there you go. Rank and file, MG Unit, the B Team, Hollywood Incorporated, TaylorMade, and of course, the Fantasy Footballers.
I want to start a petition. I have to play against the Fantasy Footballers in week 1. Like, how did I get that draw?
Oh, did you want to duck them?
Actually, I blame the commissioner. I blame the commissioner.
I don't want to play the footballers.
I blame the commissioner for lots.
Listen, we will get to that in just a moment. Let's take a look at our celebrities, because as we said, we do have a celebrity division that we are absolutely excited about. And leading off That crew is Team AEW, professional wrestling royalty. That's right. Cody and Brandy Rhodes are competing. And of course, they are part of AEW, which is taking the world of professional wrestling by storm. Over the weekend, their all-out pay-per-view was sold out in Chicago. And people are still buzzing about it right now. In case you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to give you any spoilers, but you're going to want to check it out. Also, joining this league, a legend of stage and screen, Charles Melton. You, of course, know him as Reggie from Riverdale, the wildly popular show on the CW. He also has a new movie coming out.
His handsomeness is very striking.
The son
Taylor agrees.
The son is
might have
also a
noticed it.
star. He is also a former college football player.
Is he now?
A standout
Wow.
at Manhattan High School in Kansas. He went to go play for Bill Snyder and the hometown team, Kansas State. We are delighted to have him. Also joining us, FaZe Clan. That's right. Anybody who knows anything about gaming knows FaZe Clan. Listen, my nieces and nephews are never impressed by anything I ever do. Hey, I ran into Aaron Rodgers. They're like, nah. When I told them that the FaZe Clan was going to be a part of this, they are down. They wanted to come to the studio and hang out with them. And of course, they're going to be represented by
I'm guessing those are probably going to target Juju Smith-Schuster probably in the first round, I would think.
maybe a little bit. And of course, that was FaZe Cheo, FaZe Cheo, and of course, FaZe Sensei. Also joining our league, that too, Desi Banks, comedian, wildly popular. He is from Atlanta. He is a huge Falcons fan, so he's very knowledgeable, hilarious. If you've ever seen him, his stand-up, I implore you to go out there and check it out.
A lot of good work on Twitter, too, by the way.
Yeah, he's all forms of social media. He's got a huge Instagram following, which is pretty impressive. So we do appreciate that. And for anybody who is a fan of country music, Kane Brown is going to be joining this league. Yeah, we're very excited to have him. He most recently did a mashup. Is it a mashup or is it a collab?
Maybe a collabo?
It's a
Collab.
mashup. You had it right. It's a
Did I have
mashup.
a mashup?
Yeah,
Okay.
you had it right.
With Marshmello?
Ask the young guy.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean-
I had to look at him. Yeah, so he did a thing with One Thing Right. He did that with Marshmello. One Thing Right he did, joining this league and being a part
I
of
see
that.
what
Oh,
done.
he
I
did.
see what
I
you
went
did
there.
there.
I went there. And finally, last but not least, Iris West. You might know her as Candace Patton, but of course she is from the CW show The Flash, where she plays Iris West. She is a newbie. She is new to fantasy football. We are bringing her into this league. We want to show everybody how easy it is to play on the all-new NFL Fantasy app. We are going to get her
I have
involved.
a feeling she's going to have that beginner's luck, though.
I was going to say, honestly,
Yeah.
newbies are sometimes the most dangerous people to play against in fantasy because they immediately get addicted and immersed into it.
Yeah, and they're not like staring at all the stats
Yeah.
and they're just kind of going with
I'm
their heart.
overthinking things over here. She's
Are
just
you?
definitely.
Yeah, okay. She's on autopilot. She's on. Yeah, there is something to be
Yeah.
said about being a newbie and all that stuff. Let's take a look one more time at our celebrity division and all the names that you see right there. There's some good.
Wow.
Yeah, there's
Team
some.
AEW.
I like that
Oracle.
Candace already goes as the Oracle.
Melton
Right? I like the
Knights.
Oracle, man. That's a great
She's
name.
like, oh, I'm brand new to this. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, I'm the Oracle. I'm already coming in large.
I love that Kane Brown's team name. You basically have to read between the
You
lines
do.
to see what he's talking about here.
Oh yeah.
You like that?
Oh, there you go. Read between. I've been trying to figure that out.
It took me a few days to
Yeah.
figure that out.
Yeah.
It took me
got
up
between
till
the
right
lines.
now to just figure that out. Now I tell a lot of people all the time, like, hey, how should we pick our league draft order? There's boring ways to do it. We're pulled a name out of a hat, a computer generator, whatever it is. It's all wrong. We decided the best way to do it was to have an actual competition. Let's take a look at how we decided our draft order. What is up, everybody? Let's see a little bit of excitement. It is time to pick our draft order. Fantasy football is a competition. You always must be competing, so we're going to do right now one of the most time-honored athletic competitions. It dates back to the Roman Empire. When they filled the Colosseum, they would rock the hula-hoop. Who is going to be representing Team AEW?
Brandy Rhodes will.
fantasy footballers.
Too wide for Hula-Hoop, and Mike, you're up.
Charles Melton will be represented by Fabiano, the Hall of Famer. Coordinating producer Justin Harvey will be here for Kane Brown. The rules are very simple. No chicanery, no tomfoolery. First to drop, you're last to draft. At the count of 3, it's 1, 2, 3, and then you start. Let's get it on.
See, I was born for the fight, pick on the 18. Ain't never holding me back.
Even cheating, I'm not even good at that. Marcus Grant is really good at fantasy football, so I'm sorry to do that to you. Marcus Grant's really good. Look at this. That hit, Sensei's out. Okay, everybody, make sure that everybody has room. Oh my gosh! What happened? This is two of my favorite things: professional wrestling, DC Comics. I don't know who I'm rooting for. Oh! Valiant effort! Our first timer. They're going over the official results right now. Did you not see? Was somebody here paying attention? All right, are we ready? All right, we're ready. We're going to go from the top. All right, number 12 will be Charles Melton. He'll be drafting in the 12th hole, followed by the fantasy footballers. Graham is number 10. I'm coming in at number 9. Marcus was 8th. Ricky Hollywood 7th. Justin, filling in for Kane Brown, was 6th. Desi Banks 5th. Taylor Bisciotti 4th. Space Clan 3rd. Team AEW, they'll take the 2nd spot. And coming in at number 1, our newbie, Candace, is going to have the first pick in the draft. Who is she going to select? Well, nobody knows. Let's go inside and watch this draft unfold.